Hi, in this video we're going to talk about the ScreenPrint Direct A4 DTF printer and oven setup. It's pretty basic, pretty simple stuff. Let's start with the DTF printer itself. Once you have everything unboxed and ready to go, let me give you some tips about the ink. Let's pull this out here. You want to make sure that your caps line up with the corresponding stamp in the sheet metal here. So there's your order right there. Again, just make sure they line up, and you go ahead and fill it up with the correct color inks. I'll just open one up here so you can get an idea of what it looks like in there. You can see the little pump tube and everything. So you'll go ahead and use the supplied inks. Once you have everything plugged in, you'll just need to take your USB cable, plug it in to the back side of the DTF machine, and connect it to your laptop. And you will need a PC. The unit will come with 2 flash drives. You'll start with the silver flash drive, which contains the software. Once it's open, you'll go down to the DTF RIP setup, version 112.23065. Click on that, follow through the setup. Here are your ICC profiles if you need to copy, but I can tell you now you will not need the recommended ICM. It does not work properly. Once you've installed the DTF RIP software, you'll need the DTF RIP flash drive, the key for the software to run. So before you open it, plug your flash drive into your unit, and then locate your DTF RIP software on your desktop. As you can see, I already have a sample image in here. I can tell you there are discrepancies inside of the manuals. You will not need the manual to set this up. Let's go ahead and start with our layout. But you'll start with your printer length and width. You're just setting your page size. Again, it comes with an 8.25 by 11.7 sheet. You can go ahead and set that. The X and Y is just a location of my image, equal proportions true. Most of this is already correct. The next thing you'll do is go down to your printer and do your printer setup. If you've installed everything correctly, you'll come up here for your printer, click down in your drop-down menu, locate the EcoTank L8050 Beta, click on that, and then go down to your printer port and click on that, and you'll see a list, and you'll find your Epson L8050 series in your list, and click on that. 1440 by 1440 DPI on your white and color. Rear tray feed, I'll leave it on plain paper. It's already set for that. Okay, and you won't do anything else with that. Now we want to set up our color management tab. From your drop-down list, you want to make sure you select KWM CYW as your setup. Click down here on any one of these colors inside of this box. You do not want to click this ink limiter up here. You want to operate in these. So by clicking any one, we'll set up these numbers. Now, I have found that 30% for me is the magic number for the white ink, which lays the underbase and everything. If you go too thick with it, it's too much, and you could even run the risk of having the ink run on you on your transfer paper. So this is my current setup that I have to make all of my colors come out correctly. The white underbase is the correct thickness, and everything DTFs correctly at this point. So your ICC profile down there, L1800 ICM. Take a good look at all your numbers. Pause the video if you need to. I apologize for the shaky video here. And 30%. When you go to print your image, here is the print dialog box. It will show you your printer, your port. It will verify your ICC profile, and it shows your ink limits will match what you have selected. And you want to make sure that you select down here, click both of these boxes, print color first and white plus color. Then you'll go ahead and click print. And this is what you should see. Now, it's going to take about 3 minutes to print out this color. This is about 10 by 8 inches. So we'll come back as soon as this is done printing, and I'll show you what you'll need to do on your initial print setup to get this type of result. Now, before you do your first print, you're going to need to do something a little bit different with the white underbase number in the printout. Before you print your first image on this printer, you will need to prime the pump, so to speak, and get the white ink flowing first. If not, it might not lay a correct underbase and you might think the printer is not working correctly. So to do that on your initial setup, it's the same as your regular setup, except we are going to change the value of the white ink down here. Take that up to 75%. Go ahead and click enter. And then what you're going to do is you're going to load an image. And I recommend using one of the images. I recommend using one of the images that they provided. Bruh is the name of their skateboard guy here. So go ahead, you don't need to have him blown all the way up. Take him down to about a 4 or 5 inch and go ahead and click. You can bring him down, bring him over in the center of your print a little bit. Blow him up some there. So get them right in the center of your print. Again, make sure your ink is set at 75. Now this is for our initial print to get the white ink flowing. So you'll go down and you'll click print. And when your dialog opens up, this time you will leave these blank. Do not click print color first or white color on your initial priming of the system. You'll come over here, you'll click print. It'll take a minute for it to run through. If nothing prints on it the first time, that's okay. It just has not siphoned enough of the ink through yet. You might have to do it 2 to 4 times before it will lay it out. Here is the result that you're going to get on this thing. This is nothing but an underbase. So this is how you know that your white ink is flowing properly. So again, do not click print color first or white color. Leave those blank. Make sure you have your white ink just on this set at 75. That'll help open it up and start siphoning a lot of ink. And on bruh here, you will get this type of turnout. Tips and tricks. When setting your print area, you cannot go above 10.5 on your height, no matter what you do on every one that I've tried. Once I go past this mark, okay, it's an 11.7. So right here at the end of this is about 10.5. Once you get past 10.5, it does an error. It will not print correctly in this section. So that's one of the only limitations that I've seen on it so far. As you can see, I've not thrown this in any DTF powder yet, but vibrant, brilliant print. And as you can see on the back side, a nice even base. This is my 30%. Notice that it's not too thick, it's not running, but it does cover everything. And this will be perfect, and I'll be laying that on a dark green shirt, and the colors will definitely pop on that. The operation of ScreenPrint Direct's DTF oven is very basic. Note, before turning the machine on, you'll want to come to the side and lift up the compartment, because the heating elements in here are wrapped in styrofoam, and if you turn the machine on and don't have those removed, it'll cook those to those heating elements. So that's just a heads up. The lid closes by lifting it up and shutting it. Here is the chimney. The power button is right here on the back side. You'll flip that on. The setting is 130 degrees Celsius and 180 seconds. You can set that by pressing the temperature button one time and then go up or down. Press the temperature again and your value is set. You can do the exact same thing with the time. Press the time button once and then adjust up or down to set your times. This button right here, excuse the DTF powder, this button right here is to initiate the timer. Notice it starts counting. There is a built-in timer switch inside of the unit. You'll notice when you push in, it goes ahead and starts the countdown for you automatically. So you can start that either by using the button by itself or set it to auto and it'll turn on when you put something in. It also has this sheet in here. You will definitely want to use this. It makes it handy when pulling your DTFs out of the oven and removing them properly. Now that you've successfully printed your first transfer with your nice underbase, you'll take it over. I use just a small style container here to get our DTF powder evenly distributed. Sorry, I'm trying to film and do DTF powder at the same time, just to give you an idea. Give it a nice shake. Usually want to do this away from your other stuff because you can see the dust has a tendency to get on everything. So there you go. Nice even coating. Now that we have our image evenly coated with DTF powder, let's open our oven. We'll just set it in long way since we're doing a single. You definitely want to leave this brown pad in here. You'll see why. So we're going to shut our door. I've got the auto timer set, and we'll be back in about 175 seconds. And it looks like we're ready. So we go ahead and see, you can grab this mat and pull it out some and down, and it gives you a little bit of lip to grab. And there you go. As you can see, nice, beautiful underbase, vibrant colors, and this is ready to be heat pressed. You'll want to heat press at 290 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 9 to 12 seconds. You wait about a minute. You'll cold peel with a nice, smooth, even peel. Then go ahead and repress it 290 degrees for 10 to 12 seconds, and you'll have a beautiful product.